What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you another fantastic video today. We are playing Lord of the Rings Rise to War on my free-to-play account. This account is 1,000,000% free-to-play. And in today's video, we are talking about It's Friday. Oh, yes, it's Friday. Happy Friday to you. And in today's video, we are talking about Ugthak. He is a Tier 1 commander for the evil factions. He is a baller, okay? Let's get right into it. Give me a like and sub, by the way. Get your life priorities together. Let's go. Ugthak. He is a warrior. He is an Uruk-hai. He is a warrior, which means he gets 25 bonus might, 2 skill points, and 10% increased physical damage dealt. His stats. Very high might for Tier 1 commander, 2.06 per level. Extremely low focus at 0.59 per level. And his speed is also below average at 0.74 per level. Surprisingly, on his gear, you're going to want might and focus. We'll talk about that in a second. What I'm currently using, just because of my options, I've got Uruk-hai Pike, which is pure might. I got the Rough Breastplate, which is might. And Army Defense. And then Old Casque, which is also might. I just picked up this other helmet today, Haradrim's Scarf, which I'm going to equip once I can get it to 3-star so I can get the might and focus damage bonus, okay? Accessory-wise, use what you got. I don't have a whole lot of options. This is a free-to-play account. All right, on to the skills. All right, I currently actually have this guy. Oh, oops. I currently have this guy at level 45. He's actually my main commander. Once I got him and I realized how overpowered he is, I actually switched to him immediately. So he's my number 1 commander for my free-to-play account, and he slays things and takes names, okay? So let's get to it. He has the Pursuer talents, which means he's got the same talents as Ugthak and Maltuk as far as damage-dealing nukes. He's got the plus 20% damage while attacking modified by speed. He's got Deepen Wounds, which is a 300% nuke plus a 21% increased damage received debuff on a 2-round cooldown. And then he's got Overwhelm, which is a 200 plus a 300% nuke for a total of 500 damage over 2 rounds. Searing Axe is unique to Ugthak in the Tier 1 commander tree, okay? Ugthak is beautiful. He has Burning Axes, as you can clearly see. So he has this wonderful Searing Axe talent tree. This is actually extremely underrated, and we're going to talk about it right now. Searing Axe gives you a 35% chance to deal 200% burn damage on attack. Very high damage potential there. That's one of the reasons why we are picking up some focus ability points over in the skill points over in the equipment category. Scorch is going to do a total of 840 damage split between 2 targets over 2 turns. So they're basically dealing 420 damage to each target over 2 turns. And he's going to debuff that target to take an additional 25% damage received over those 2 rounds. Enormous. Enormous. That is 25% bonus damage from all of these nukes. 25% bonus damage from his Searing Axe. 25% bonus damage from his units. That is an extremely valuable skill. It debuffs 2 targets. This is massively underrated. No one talks about this. Scorch is God's gift to Earth. Honestly, I'm probably going to drop Deepen Wounds and just max out Scorch because of how powerful it is, okay? And I'll have Deepen Wounds at 4 and Scorch at 7. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. All right. The other skill in the Tier 1 tree here is Brawler, which gives him another 25% bonus damage to melee units. So between Brawler and Scorch, if he debuffs a melee unit, he's going to be dealing 50% bonus damage with all of his nukes to those units. In addition, he actually gives higher bonuses to Uruk-hai than the Tier 2 commanders, Lurtz and Grishnak, okay? And I'll show you why. He gives 15% might and speed to himself, plus 15 speed talent here, but he also gives a 35% chance to heal 100% damage, and here comes the damage buff, Dangerous Trade, which increases the damage you take by 5% and increases the damage you dealt by 48%. 28%, not a 48, I lied. So you have 28% damage bonus here. Plus, we go over to Warlord, which is a Respect level 5 talent. You have another 30% bonus damage here, okay, to Orcs and Uruk-hai. That's a total of 58% bonus damage to his Uruk-hai. On top of that, you have the debuff bonuses from Scorch, which is going to debuff the enemy targets by 25%. And you have the debuff from Deepen Wounds, which adds another 21% increased damage received modified by Might. You could be looking at, between the two of these with your Might boost, this would be up in the 25 to 29 range, you could be looking at a 50% damage increase buff to one of your targets here through Scorch and Deepen Wounds. And then be dealing an additional 58% damage with your Uruk-hai. You will be doing enormous damage with your Uruk-hai with those debuffs. So extremely underrated Tier 1 commander. In addition to that, he's going to give you 14 siege, which is great because alchemists have very high siege. You could see your marches being around 300,000 siege damage in a march, which would be phenomenal. And then we have Orcish Warlord. For orcs, for some reason, in case you want to run orcs instead of Uruk-hai, it's going to give you, because they do get a bonus here, right, from Warlord, and they do get a bonus from Dangerous Trade. So you could actually have an additional 14 speed and 14% damage reduction bonus to orcs if you want to run orcs instead of Uruk-hai. You do not have to run Uruk-hai with this guy, although his talents say Uruk-hai. You could run orcs. So something to think about. This guy is a baller. I want to max out all of his skills. They really work well together. But if you're only respect level 1 like me, you are stuck running the commander damage build, commander damage and debuff build. He still does great debuffs to help his units, but you're not going to be unlocking all these nice 58% bonus damage plus speed plus siege damage bonuses, okay? So get respect level 5 ASAP. At least get respect level 3. For these wonderful healing and then damage received, dangerous trade, damage dealt swaparoos there, okay? So, long story short, commander damage is located at respect level 1. I'm going to move my talents. In fact, I'm going to do it right frickin' now before I forget. But Scorch is absolutely enormously underrated. A massive, massive, massive damage dealer there. In addition to that, burn damage bypasses defense. So there are a lot of commanders that reduce the burn damage taken. But if you're not facing one of those commanders and they don't have that talent tree maxed out, you could be dealing massively higher damage because you're bypassing the enemy unit's defense. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm up to the 210 times 2, total of 840% damage and damage bonus debuff by 25%, okay? So, give me the like and sub. I love you guys long time. Happy frickin' Friday. Randy out, baby. Boom.